there everyone, what's up and welcome back to another video on Streaming Store. For a long time, many movies and TV shows have been labeled as a curse for their cast and production teams. Because of unfortunate events, people believe that the show might have played a part in the forthcoming of such an event. While these are usually mere rumors, they sometimes make much sense. Here's how the cast of Glee might be cursed by the show. But before we begin, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so that you don't miss out on anything. Alright, let's get to it. Number 7. Lea Michele's real nature. Lea Michele was the main character of the show. She played the character of Rachel Berry and received huge applause for her performances. She won several awards and numerous nominations for her incredible acting. However, things have not been quite smooth for Lea aside from the show and even recently. Lea has been facing heavy criticism due to her rash behavior with other crew members. Although the show ended in 2013, her colleagues revealed the truth in a few interviews quite recently, where they told the audience about Lea's aggression. Moreover, Samantha Ware, one of the Glee's most recent actresses, did not back out from talking about her actions on social media. Lea lost the sponsorship due to that event, which seems to solidify the curse of Glee. Number 6. Jim Fuller's demise. Jim Fuller was on the direction team of Glee. He was a very kind man with a warm heart. Being the assistant director on the set, Jim had a lot of responsibilities on his hands. Due to his position, he was under great stress most of the time, and he did not live long either. Jim passed away on July 9, aged 41. He died in his sleep due to a possible heart failure. There was an immediate wave of grief after the news reached the entire team. He was a great man who was loved by everyone on the set, and he even earned an honorary mention on the show before his demise. Number 5. Samantha Ware's traumatized experience. Samantha Ware was brought into the show during its 6th season. She played the character of Jane Hayward. While she played the character quite well on the set, she had to struggle a lot behind the cameras, and most of those struggles were related to her colleague Lea Michele. During the early part of 2020, when protests against racial discrimination were still going on, Lea Michele shared her thoughts on Twitter. She supported the movement by tweeting the slogan of the movement. However, Samantha Ware was quick to react to her hypocrisy and gave her a response that shocked everyone. In a reply, Samantha made it clear that Lea made her life miserable due to her rash behavior. Samantha revealed how Lea had talked bad about her in front of her and to the cast members. She even managed to talk about a metaphorically inappropriate statement of Lea in the tweet. Samantha also stated that due to her aggression, she had to consider another career for some time. Lea was quick to respond and apologize for her behavior, but the damage had been done. And even though Samantha did not talk much about it, she made it clear how Glee made things worse for some people. Number 4. The suicide of Nancy Motes. Rather being known as a sister to Julia Roberts, Nancy Motes made a name for herself in the production team. She was a production assistant on the set of Glee. She was a very cooperative person who considered everyone a member of her family, but she did not have a long time with everyone. After the death of Jim Fuller and Corey Monteith, the cast was already in a state of shock. At such a time, they had to bear the news of Nancy's sudden demise. Nancy was found dead in her bathtub. At the scene of the incident, cops found some prescription pills and medicines. They also found a suicide note written in the apartment, which labeled her mother and relatives responsible for her problems. The team was shocked about the news, saying that Nancy never discussed her problems and was always in a friendly mood. She never took her frustration out on anyone and kept a friendly environment at all times. No wonder the team will always remember her, but the curse of Glee seems to grow on many people according to rumors. Number 3. Corey Monteith's overdosing. Corey Monteith played Finn Hudson, the star character of Glee. He was the star of the show and even got into a loving relationship with Lea Michele, his co-star. Corey made it to the show through his struggle, and his success on the show was enough proof that his acting skills were no less than anybody else. However, his life was cut short due to accidental drug abuse and alcohol. He was found dead in a hotel room in Vancouver. Reports confirmed that Corey's death was accidental as he collapsed a few hours before his body was found. Reports revealed a spoon with drug residues, and investigation teams found a syringe in his room. Corey's death was a big shock to the cast and especially Lea Michele. The show had to make way for Corey through a demise of the character, but did not show the exact scene. In an interview, his mother described his addiction since teenage and how he had been rehabilitated a number of times. He was already struggling with such substances, but people believe it was due to Glee that his life took a toll. Number 2. Mark Solling's death. Mark Solling was a part of the Glee family in 2008. He was given the role of Noah Puckerman. During the first 5 seasons, he was a regular star of the show, but his appearance was later reduced in the show, and he became a guest actor. He had an impressive character in studios and in front of the camera, but his life after Glee did not bode well for him. In 2013, Solling's former girlfriend filed a lawsuit against him for sexual offenses. Solling denied all accusations and filed a lawsuit against her for defaming him. 2 years later, the judges ordered Mark to pay his former girlfriend $2.7 million. But the worst part was yet to come in Solling's life. Mark was arrested in December 2015 after reports of possession of intimate pictures and videos involving children. Police stated that one of his ex-girlfriends had informed them about the possession. 2 years later, Solling pleaded guilty to his offense and was sentenced for 4 to 7 years in jail. However, before the beginning of his sentencing, Mark committed suicide by hanging in a field close to his house. It was a sad demise for a talented individual, but his offenses were in no way linked to the curse of Glee. Number 1. The Tragedy of Naya Rivera. Naya Rivera played the role of Santana Lopez, a cheerleader on Glee. She played like a villain during the whole series, messing with people and causing trouble. But her acting caught the attention of the public, and she received huge praise during the first season. She performed the next seasons in a better light than many other characters. Sadly, her life outside the show became quite controversial. In November 2017, Naya was arrested on charges of domestic violence on her husband. He confirmed the allegations, saying that Naya had hit him on the head and face, but later decided to drop the charges. On July 8, Naya went missing with her son while they had rented a boat for Lake Piru. After a search party found the boat and Naya's son's Josie on it, rescue teams presumed Naya dead. After divers found a body, it was confirmed that Naya Rivers had passed away due to accidental drowning. It was an unfortunate series of events, but there were still people who believed that the role of Glee might have changed her life for the worst. Although these statements have nothing to do with the running of the show, they seem to give people an idea that Glee was a reason behind their doom. And there are several stories about other such movies and shows that people believe strongly. It's just about fate, but people like to accept such stories for their own delight. This brings us to the end of our video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, then let us know by liking the video. Stick around for more amazing content, as we will be soon seeing you in another video. Until then, take care and goodbye.